Well, hello and welcome back. This is your host Eric of Gmodism channel, and we are here to looking at some submissions to the combatants that are facing the Gimle battleship, which is the pride and joy of the Gmodism empire, isn't it not? Well, maybe not. We'll need to update that thing. But before we do any such thing, we of course shall check all the submissions and make them face the original Gimle in battle. So, without further ado, this is the UCS Resolute by Omicron, which is of course a quite active writer in our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, you should probably join it if you want to have some fun times understanding the game and whatnot. I asked you a bit before, and everyone is agreeing that around 5 to 3 minutes, something like that, we should check out the design here. So here you can see the cost is 2 million. Everyone is just under 2.2 million in cost, otherwise they will be DQ'd. Almost 100,000 blocks, so we have maxed that out. It's a length of 300 meters, width of 83 and height of 48. So here, if you want to check these stats here, you may do so. If you want to pause the game a bit, you can of course do that. But whatever, we shall indeed check out what's happening here. So we will do a little thing. Where is it now? We'll need to turn off this and do like this. We should have a left and right cutter, so we can look a little bit here. So Omicron has gone a pretty interesting design for the Resolute. She is a broadsider, but can use both sides here. We can see we have drum guns looking like this, and they can of course pivot to each another side, so they can like jump around and target the other side, which is a pretty cool little addition here. You can see it's an APS system. It seems to be railgun. We have a pretty thin layer of armor. We will now, turn on this cutting thing here so we can see on the side as well. We'll turn off this cutter so we can see if we have symmetrical armor or not. So we seem to have a lot of alloy metal. We have some pretty good protection against hash heat fragments like that. Goes into there, seems to be pretty symmetrical. Has a lot of metal, quite some bit of alloy here. Man, that's pretty thick. Oh, alloy, wood, metal, pretty thick slab here, man. Yeah, this should be able to take a lot of damage, and most of those wooden blocks are under the waterline, which is extremely intelligent to do. We will check out what types of guns we have here. This is a 180mm gun. We have a pretty, interesting, a lot of rail as well. Rate of fire, it's pretty fast, 200. Not sandblaster territory, but it's a little bit too big for that anyways. You can check out the ammo types. We have high explosive SC. What does that mean? Super cavs. Alright, these are made to target underwater. We have a timed fuse too, so they will detonate at a specific timing, right? 15 seconds? This is weird. Not that fast shells either. Then we have some weird letters. I'm not gonna pretend to understand. We have heavy head. Okay, that is kinetic. Super cav as well. Heavy head, visible tracer. Okay, these are probably anti-air or anti-cram cannon. So some of the guns probably double as that then. And then we have just regular heavy head super cavs. Right. We have some different sizes here. This is obviously just 50 millimeters. Damn, that's a pretty fast one. And this has this one attached. Okay. Heavy head, solid warhead body, stabilizer fin. This is then... This is some sandblaster thing that may double as anti-air, who knows. We can check that, of course, if we find the turret block. But here I can see some... here we can see all-in-one, Civs controller, and weapon controller. Okay, that theory is then correct. These narrow ones double as shooting at incoming cram shells then too. We'll see if they prioritize shooting the Gimle or the shells, probably the shells, otherwise it's a weird thing. And here we can see we got some side guns as well. No, wait. It's like sticking out of the side here. I feel I need to turn off this little cutting here so we can check. We have barrels sticking out on the side. 50 millimeter. Yeah, we have got the 50s here on the side, so they're spamming on the side too as well. So we got some sandblasting going on there. Now, maybe I missed that, but I didn't see any type of interiors or any type. We have this very basic little thing here with some detection stuffs, and we can we can go into the ship. That's something. Right, so we shall see Omicron's UCS Resolute in battle with the Gimle in a moment. A little detail to note is that this is Omicron's second submission actually. They submitted another one before, which was the UCS Sanctuary. If I recall correctly, that one. It's battle, but you can check if I was wrong or right by looking at the playlist, because it's already uploaded. And tell me. Alright, so let's get into battle. The battle is rolling, look at that. The Resolute is popping in, wanting to line up its guns. The Gimle's legs are starting to burn and burn. The first volley of crams is completely off and missed. Right, Gimle tries to shoot some Virgoletta marksman. The blast shot a little bit there. Now cram shells come in. We'll need to check that out. What is happening? Oh, this is just empty space. I think the Resolute feels it can do this all day. In any case, we shall be looking here. Looks like the Resolute will most... Oh! Are we actually being able to take out many of the Gimle's cram shells? Look at that! They popped! That's some serious firepower spent on shooting down those really big cram cannon shells coming in there from the Gimle. Oh look! It actually destroys them. Oh my god, the amount of damage that the UCS Resolute is able to do against cram shells is pretty insane. The Gimle is technically in the lead, but this can quickly hop around. I think the Resolute needs to worry mostly about the Gimle's arqueballistas, because they are aiming underwater, and I do suspect they will come through pretty hard. Because the Resolute does not have a LAMS system, so if the underwater snipers shoot something really important within, I think the Resolute will have a bad day. We are quite interested to see how it's going here. We're gonna follow along one of the shells here. That didn't go very far, did it? Well, okay, we'll need to... It's sandblasting tactic a bit, so we're gonna see about what we're doing here. It has... Ooh, it's very focused. It definitely is using some sandblasting tactics. We have a boiler there which is completely messed up there. Oh, damn. So here we have an internal fire because of the boiler there. That's going to affect the LAM/laser system too. The laser system is right now the strongest thing the Gimle has to come with, because the Resolute has smoke, but that's not enough counter, of course. That's why we use smoke. Ooh, we almost had some extremely lucky shots here towards the AI that could have ended the battle. We drilled a hole through our backup engines. Right, did anything more important happen? I think not. Let's see what goes on. I'm a little bit curious what's happening with the arquebalistas. So, I wanna see if we had some hidden weird LAM system or whatnot. So I wanna slow-mo this thing a little bit. This is the slowest speed we can have, by the way. Okay, nothing important. That's of course gonna go completely through. See the other shell. Penetrated, nothing important either. But you can see this can definitely penetrate some scary areas and do some serious damage if it happens to be such a way. We'll need to boost up the speed a little bit. Of course, we can't stay all day here. Alright. Only been 2 minutes in game. Here we can see another volley of the often overestimated mortar system from the Gimle. Looks like the Resolute is struggling a little bit. It's so darn slow. Most of the Gimle's crams are still getting shot down, but some are definitely starting to leak through. We only saw that in the beginning of the battle, and that is of course not good news. The Resolute is still behind, but only by about 1%. However, the Gimle has historically proven to do pretty well even while damaged, and because most ships are not built that way, I think technically the Gimle would be in the lead now. However, as long as the Resolute is able to almost shoot down every Karam shell that the Gimle is throwing at it, well, then I think it has a very high potential chance of winning this. So, we shall see indeed. Smart, we have a lot of stone and metal on the surface here, so it should be pretty well protected against fires. So the Gimle's lasers fires won't spread too much. Which is very good news for everyone else. I wonder if it will flip around and use its other side when this side is a little bit too damaged, because that would be tremendously smart. I really want to see that maneuver come in there, because right now I think the Resolute needs to show its other side in order to win this battle. I think the Gimle is starting to grind through with its laser and its Vigoletta Markman and auxiliary cannons. Even though most of the crams aren't getting through here, I think it's gonna have a pretty bad day in case it does not show the other side. We literally need the Resolute to turn the other cheek in order to win this. Isn't that pretty funny? I don't think that's what's meant, but you can see we have some wood in here catching fire, but thanks to these wooden blocks being underwater, it's not gonna do that much. We have a lot of stone here on the surface too. Pretty cleverly hidden with a nice stone color. So when you hide stone using a stone color like this, it's very nice. Because when we do that, it doesn't look like stone, but it still looks realistic-ish, which is nice. All right. Man. Ooh, the Gimle is down to 88%. The UCS Resolute, she is in the lead now. Did I just saw a very small clamshell just despawn? What's up with that? Doesn't it despawn? It must be targeted by some anti-air cannon because that's a decoy. We'll need to investigate this. Oh, yeah, it gets sniped. Cool. Nice little sniping here. That's super cool. Okay, so it can deal with the decoys. I just wanted to check that wasn't a bug. Because if we had such a bug, we of course need to address that issue. Right. Gimle is at 85%. Ooh, we're looking pretty drilled here. My ladies and gentlemen, it's looking a little bit Swiss cheesy for the Gimle right now. Interesting indeed. Right. The Gimle sandblasting tactics is still online too. So we have kind of cut off the front a little bit here. I wonder if we have loads of decoys in the front or something. I don't know why it would target the front here. It's such a strange place to target. It just focuses far here. Why? We must have some decoy here, right? It's a setup to target hot blocks, and this is definitely not by nature a hot block, man. Smart if it's decoys there, though. I don't see any, which is the weird part. Unless... No, that's a gun. 89 versus 82%. Oh, Lord. The Resolute's anti-air systems are letting through more clamshells. The Gimle's cram system seems to be severely damaged. Oh yeah, they're not getting through really. Okay, we seem to be all right over here still. We're not looking very all right though. That has to be said. It really, really, really needs to turn the other side. If it's not gonna turn the other side, I think it's gonna die. I don't think it will be able to defeat the Gimle. Only if it does its swing over, turn over and show the left side. I think it has a good chance, but if it won't do that, I think it's gonna lose. And if it doesn't lose, I think it will be a very lucky volley of shots towards the laser system or the AI. Because right now that looks like that's the way it can win. The Gimle has a no-joke laser, and these small shots are... I don't think they're targeted at all by the Gimle's lambs, to be honest. Ooh, we have lost 2 Arqueballista Invictuses. We only got 1 in the back left, 77%. But the Gimle will have you fooled. It will fight until it's really dead. Until then, it will fight hard. But it surprises me that the Resolute is still able to take out the incoming clamshells. That's highly impressive. Wonder what happened with the Gimle's mortars. I wouldn't have wanted to see them. Oh, man! Okay, We had an internal explosion, but didn't seem to be super important. Well, it's a pretty even fight, that has to be said. The Omicron is technically in the lead, but honestly, if it doesn't turn around, I don't think it has what it takes. Barrel clipping through structures, that's so weird. That's one of those from the depth things you just learn to accept. But it's darn annoying that's like... They don't have like collision boxes, so it doesn't like exist in the game. We haven't turned around and showed the other side. So the laser will slowly but surely grind down the defensive capabilities that shoots down the cram cannons. And if the cram cannons can get through freely, I think this is gonna turn pretty quickly. Okay, Resolute. You have 4 minutes more to defeat the Gimle. And it's not looking too good. The cram shells are not coming in as much anymore, of course. This is a situation where if the Gimle shot all the shots at once, the systems would probably have a little bit of a hard time shooting at it. Oh, we're losing health here pretty quickly. What is happening here? Look at that. We are now seriously losing health pretty quickly. What's up with that? We'll need to assess the damage a little bit here. No more fatal targeting? No. Seems just that the Gimles... Ooh, many of the crams are pretty grinded down. Pretty interesting that all of the auxiliary small guns seem to be pretty A-okay. The part is pretty A-okay too, only a hole in the wall. Well... 85, okay. This can turn any way. This is pretty interesting. Anything can happen right now. We're so much sandblasting the cram over here. Here we can see a good investment having a planar shield. We made a tutorial with how to work. Wait, how to do oh damn it, planar shields. I mean, the Gimle has projector shields, not planar shields. I always mix them together. It's hard to remember. Yeah. Anyways, we did a tutorial about that, but for most scenarios, I would still recommend having good old projector shields like this. Especially since sandblasting is a pretty good tactic. 84. Look at that. The laser is slowly but surely burning through. But it doesn't seem to hurt things all too much, no. The guns are pretty deep within, so that's a well made system, that the slits the guns are poking out of are pretty deep and narrow. So the Gimle's focus damage don't quite get there. But nevertheless, it does not quite seem like the Resolute has what it takes. It indeed not does look like that. Only 1 minute left. Well. Oh! The Gimle lost some health there a little bit quickly, that's pretty interesting. Now the Gimle cram shells are pretty weak, so they're not actually getting through at all. That's because the cram cannons are damaged, so the health of each shot is much lower than what it was initially. Alright. Look at that. 30 seconds. Yeah, if this battle were allowed to go on for a bit more, well, then I think that the Resolute would of course absolutely win this thing. But they'll have to beat the Gimle within 15 minutes, and it's 9 seconds left. Well, maybe she'll do a little bit better next battle then. Here we go. Gimle 58%, UCS Resolute 83. I think it should really have turned around and faced the Gimle there. That would probably have made none of the guns much damaged at all, and that would have made it to deal damage a little bit quicker. The Gimle doesn't look in too good of a shape. But, ooh, look at that, the Sandblaster started targeting the AI there. Well, close but no cigar, let's see if it can defeat the Gimle in the second round. Round 2, here we are. I hope you enjoyed watching the GPU Ocean last battle. We're switching back to lowest quality mode just because we wanna see full speed all the time. I don't know. It depends a little bit on what's bottlenecking, but the GPU may or may not affect the performance a lot. Look at that. Oh, damn. That initial blast feels pretty important here. What will the cram cannons take out or not take out? Now it's within broadside, so now it will have much better chances shooting down the incoming cram shells. We have a game speed of basically 90%. Oh, we got some leaking through there. I wonder why. I guess the first volleys of the Gimle's crams are stronger when none of the cram shells had the ability to be damaged at all. Supposing we're having some decoys here, maybe? Are we having a decoy here? Most likely. Can't get why it would aim there otherwise, but I don't know. Even though the Gimle's mortars are pretty weak, I suppose that its damage dealing capability right now is actually pretty decent, because it tricks some of the civs systems probably to aim at them for a second. Well, oh no. The laser is really a heavy lifter here. If the UCS Resolute is able to damage the Gimle's laser enough, it will have a huge advantage during this battle. Well, 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 these lasers are damn loud if I can't say anything. Alright. So I'm a little bit, as usual, I'm a little bit curious how the Arcoballista Invictus shots are doing. So we're gonna stalk one. You will see it in full speed now. There we had it. It killed wooden blocks. That's some nice luck for the Omicron right there. Good, good. Good shot out. Like, if it hits the right spot, it could probably handicap the power generation pretty hard. Which can be important for any ship that is using electricity for either packs or railguns, of course. Anyways, the Resolute is actually in the lead this time, so it looks a little bit better than last time. It somehow avoids those mortars too, which is it's a good time for it. Look at these decoys. Being annoying. Like doing minimal damage too. Oh, now we have a laser that has a little bit better focal point than last time. No, it goes back to shooting at the decoys. Let me just confirm. That's a shield. That's not a decoy, that's just a shield. So maybe it is the shield system. It's possible that there are no decoys here that it shoots on the shields, because shield generators are pretty hot. So that's the pretty cool part when you set up your ships to target hot blocks. If they target the enemy shields, the shields are usually placed on the most important areas. So if you don't have any decoys but have a lot of shields, well, and you're trying to protect the most important things, well, then you might do yourself a disservice, because then you might end up the enemy knowing where to shoot all the time. Even though you have a shield there, it only removes 30% of the damage, and if you lead them to shoot wherever it's important every time, it's of course a net loss for you. Good to know. Right, 90 versus 93. The Resolute is 3% in the lead this time here. I am supposing we are shooting at a shield here again. Most likely. Very good to have such shields. See, a lot of the shots is jumping up and down. Got a lot of engines there. I wonder what the arqueballistas will do next. We have some underwater fire here. And just an interesting thing to check. Well, at 88%, it looks much more plausible that the Resolute actually wins this thing. Look at this. The Gimle's detonator cram cannon is being targeted by sandblasting tactics, which is a really good way of lowering its health very fast. Wonder what we're shooting at here. Maybe just some random point. The laser is doing a pretty good job at staying intact though. Wonder what happened with this arqueballista. Maybe it's just a bad angle, or possibly it's just the weapon computer is gone, perhaps. Right, so see if the cram cannons get through this time. That one got through. This one too. Wonder if they just wouldn't target them or something. See if more crams get through. No, now they are being shot down. Okay, so maybe they are out of angle. Possibly. But not much important is there in the front anyway, so it doesn't matter. Most of the important blocks in the middle, and in the middle we have pretty good kinetic civs defense. Well, we'll see how this goes on. Well, it's been a few more minutes there. And you can see that the Resolute has dipped in health there. We just lost a turret. Pretty non-dramatic. It just popped off. So we have 82. Gimle is at 82 and the Resolute is at 88. So it is an even battle this time around too, but we shall see. Does the Resolute have what it takes to defeat the Gimle? If it is able to defeat this round, well, then it needs to prove itself again, because it technically didn't win the first battle, since it has to be able to defeat the Gimle within 15 minutes. A very nice and good rule that I've implemented, that I'm very happy about, because otherwise we have battles that go on absolutely forever. The best way to build a ship in from the depth is probably being very bulky, not taking any damage, and just dealing damage securely but slowly from super far away. And you might wonder, well, if that would be the best tactic, why don't people do that? Well, because people like me and most other tournament organizers have kind of rules against it, because if we would do that way, the battles would be so long and boring that you wouldn't like to watch them. When we have these rules like maximum 4,000 meters or whatever it is, it's in the comments actually, I don't have it in my head, and that the battle needs to take can't go on for more than 15 minutes. And I set up the rules in the game, so if somebody breaks the rules, that they get penalty points, so I don't have to remember each and every rule. So that's nice, we can set that up. And if you're enjoying this video and want to support this type of content, well, of course, please leave a like to the video here. That helps a lot. Also, if you want to watch the next Gimle battle without waiting anything, you can become a member of the channel and you get early access to all of the videos as soon as I upload them, and you don't need to wait for the weekly schedule. So that's a cool deal. We have I allowed that perk to be from the lowest membership level, and I put the lowest membership level on the cheapest price that YouTube would allow me, which is like 99 cents or something every month. So yeah, if you want some early videos, it's very nice. In any case, that's what's popping around here. Oh, if you want to join the Ecclesiarchy, that means joining the YouTube channel. And if you want to be a part of the army of Gmodism, well, Patreon is your friend, and we got some more perks over there. Oh, there we have some steam popping off, though the Omicron is at 84%, and the Gimle is at 74%. They still seem to be able to shoot down the incoming crams. They're not getting through yet, but the laser of the Gimle is pretty intact. So is pretty intact. I can't speak. So even though the Gimle's health is only at 74, we can see that the laser is still probably at least half its original strength, which is a big problem. Here we have the same thing all over again. If it had turned the Sheik, it would probably win this thing. But now it's getting so damaged from this side by the Gimle that it doesn't utilize this good feature it has. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Yeah. Not good. But it's very good for the Gimle. It's very good for the Gimle. So when you have such a smart tactic built in, this is super smart. Omicron, they made a really good job here. The Resolute, she's a solid build here. But because it doesn't use its super cool smart feature, it kind of gets behind there a little bit, right? I think it would have beaten the Gimle if it only had switch sides earlier. But as it is now, it looks like the Gimle will either win this or make the Resolute just not be able to kill the Gimle within 3 minutes more or whatever it is. I don't think the Gimle will make the Resolute despawn, because it actually looks like the Gimle's laser is a little bit sad right now. And that's of course the entire, like, that's a big game changer. The laser the Gimle brings is what makes it deal the consistent damage it has on the battles so far. Alright. Oh no. And there we have that, looking like it. I think I have a new idea if we were gonna play the third battle or not. I honestly think that is mostly dependent on if the total length of the video is estimated to be under or over an hour. If it is estimated to become over an hour if we run the third battle, I think we're gonna skip the third battle, because I feel that more than an hour of a battle video is a little bit too long. And if the time frame will be under an hour with the third battle, I think it can be worth including. What do you think about that? Do please tell me in the comments. About some other stuff, I've decided to make some new Minecraft lava casting tutorials. You may have seen that I posted the movie version of them. I just edited together all my old laser casting tutorials, and they are still the same. Nothing changed for the Java edition. But I'm thinking maybe I should make some new ones. That could be a fun thing. And if you don't know what lava casting is, well, check that video out. That was pretty recent. You can build lots of stuff. I guess many people that are pretty deep into From the Depth have probably been into Minecraft for a bit, or will be in the future, most likely. It's like From the Depth is this intersection game between Minecraft and World of Ships, Warships, Battleships, World of Battleships? I'm sorry. I thought that I would play it sometime, I just never have. Now you know that. Now you will dislike me all of a sudden. Oh damn, I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, that is how it is. We have 20 seconds left. I do highly not think that that the Resolute is having a chance here. Or maybe I am completely wrong about that. Who knows? You know. We even have the mortars popping in there. That's cool. Anyways, huge thanks for watching. The battle is over. The UCS Resolute is unfortunately for Omicron being placed in the loser's bracket. But since it was a pretty even fight against the Gimle, perhaps it will climb to the top in there and we'll be able to meet the Gimle again. Do remember that the future upcoming losers bracket tournament will probably most likely be on Twitch, like 95% sure. And follow me there, of course. We have started to play a little bit of Space Marines 2, of course, since we did the Space Marines 1 for the 40,000 subscribers anniversary stream, so you should probably check that out. Anyways, other than that, I'll see you next time. This is your host, Gmodism, Eric of Gmodism, signing out, and do also remember that we have our 24/7 entertainment stream on From the Depth Battles still active on the Gmodist channel, so check that out too, and do post some suggestions there in the comments of that stream, what games and battles you want us to add to the loop. This has been your host, signing out.